Good morning, tribe, and welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbruggen, broadcasting live from my kitchen because it's kind of drizzly outside. So rather than get rained on, I came inside. All right, so starting early because I don't have anything better to do, so I figured I'd open up the doors. Whoa, we already got 4 people there. Hello, 4 people. Welcome to the Donut Shop. Hey, Alan. Good morning. Who else do we have? Come on, people. Ooh, 7. Hey, Surrender. Figured you got to be here. Awesome. Kimberly, good morning. Yeah, I mean, why not? I'm here. The kids have already left for school, so cheers. Good morning, Joe. How are you all? Okay, so probably the good news for Houston and the bad news for elsewhere is the Hurricane Laura has now shifted quite a ways east and is heading towards Beaumont and the Louisiana border there. So, and it's grown to, last I saw, a class 3 hurricane, big winds, lots of, and it's hitting at high tide, so the storm surge will be really big. So the East Texas area is going to be nailed. Here in Houston, we are looking like we will be on the very edge of the storm and basically have medium-high winds and maybe a little bit of rain, but we're on the dry side, so we'll be okay. Hey, good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Donald. Good morning, Ryan. Donald, thank you for asking about my mom. She is still having a rough week. She is a lot of stomach issues and just kind of miserable right now. So we'll see what happens there. But as far as Houston, our place, our domicile, we should be okay. I'm hoping I can get some time today yet to still trim some branches off a tree in the front yard. So we will see what's going on there. Oh, Joe, you're in Pritchett? Hey, Uncommon Bees. Yeah, I'm worried about you guys with all the trees and stuff around. So you got the beehive strapped down and so forth. Oh, man. Keep me posted, please, on how you're doing. And if you need help, we can get the tribe together and do some help, whatever help might be needed. Hey, Melanie. Yeah, I'm up. I'm awake. I finished my egg. So I could either sit and, scroll through Facebook and be demoralized and depressed, or I could join the tribe and be happy and joyful. Oh, man. Okay, I forgot about that. But Kimberly mentions, remember the last flood we had? She's in Beaumont area. Remember the last flood we had, there were pics of cows in the water. I-10 shut down like to Beaumont, barges breaking loose. I'm worried about all of that. Yes. And here's, you, Kimberly, being in Beaumont, scary place to be right now. The other issue, so a lot of the Houston's electricity comes from the Beaumont area and East Texas power plants. So if there's a lot of damage there, Houston could still suffer power outages. So something to keep in mind. Don't be dumping your, whatever your emergency supplies just yet. Kimberly asks, Uncommon Bees is in the Jasper area, correct? Yes, they are up in the Jasper area. So, Melanie, tonight is the night you need to be up all night, not last night. So, my original plan was to do a live broadcast through the storm, but hopefully we won't have to do that. But you need to get some of the sleepy time tea or something, Melanie. Hey, good morning, April. Oh, well, okay. If you were up playing D&D, that's completely different, or at least energized. So, okay, I'm jealous. Man, I miss my D&D group. Josh, Anthony, Oh, okay. You just moved to Trinity? Oh, that's that's better. I like Trinity. I like driving through Trinity. Hey, it's Mira. Good morning, Mira. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Ooh, yeah, a friend evacuated Orange, Texas. I would hate to be in Orange, Texas right now. Orange, Texas is a cool town. I love the Stark Museum there. It's an amazing art museum. And I'm worried about it because it's pretty close to the water. But yeah, Orange, Texas would be a bad place. Hey, good morning, Holly. Good morning, Jeff. Yeah, anyone in Beaumont needs to get the hell out. It's scary. Hey, Mark. Oh man, yeah. If you're out for another week and a half, you're probably good to just stay out for a. Okay, so yeah, Kelly. Any thoughts on an insomnia pill, Medicine Man? Yes, it's on the list of things to do. The issue with the insomnia pill is it has even more stringent FDA type regulations on it. So it's going to be a slower process. Hey, Dad's here. Good morning. Whoop, whoop. Okay, Dad is here. Hey, Dad, how is Mom doing? People are wondering. And good morning, Dad. Love you. Trinity was good, but Morpheus was better. Good Matrix joke there. It's never a bad Matrix joke. There is no spoon. Ooh, we'll have to check your posts then for the D&D arts and crafts that you made. Were they metalwork or what? Can you tap in your blacksmithing? Yep, Passiflora, Mark. So yeah, the Passiflora is a good choice for the insomnia. Really, Kelly, go just to HEB for now, or Kroger in the tea section, and look at the sleepy time teas and look for one that includes the Passiflora. And that is your best bet. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, Benadryl if you really need to sleep. So, yeah, Benadryl will do it. You can crash right after this and get up at noon or 1. What a lifestyle you lead. Hey, Dan. Good morning. Okay, so yeah, somewhere around 10% of the population, Benadryl actually acts as a stimulant rather than a sedative. So with the Chinese adoptions, one of the things they recommend for the 14-hour flight back from China to the U.S. is considering giving your child a dose of Benadryl just to kind of knock them out during the flight back. But they also warn, test this, before you leave, because like I said, for about 10% of the kids, they become hyperactive with Benadryl, and you don't want a hyperactive kid on the plane. But it sounds like, Kelly, you are one of the hyperactive things. Oh, cool. Thanks, Melanie. Hey, Kimberlyn, good morning. Yeah, prayers for those in the path. It's going to be bad. Huh. This is interesting. Sarah says there is a sleepy time tea. There is one called Tension Tamer by Celestial Seasonings. You're surprised it's available over the counter. That's interesting. I have to look at. I haven't looked at the sleepy time teas in a while, other than looking for the ones with the Passiflora. So Tension Tamer. That's interesting. Donna. Yep. People are commenting too fast. Yeah, Donna says, Benadryl always made my son bounce off the walls. Yep. So it's interesting. There's a diversity of biochemistry. That's one of the things that helps humans survive pandemics and so forth. There's enough diversity in the genetics and how we react to things that at least a small percentage will survive things and then continue on to reproduce. So usually it's good, but that also means not everything works well for everyone. Oh, April says the mixture of skullcap and chamomile knocked me right out, and yarrow too. That's interesting. I didn't really expect skullcap to be a sedative. Skullcap has all sorts of neuroprotective powers for both like brain injuries, helping with that. The sedative side, maybe it's just kind of a, well, it's also kind of a nervine agent, so it kind of reduces anxiety. So I think it just allows a person to move beyond whatever stresses and so forth are keeping them up. Skullcap is cool though. Yeah, so all the Texas passiflora leaves are okay for medicinal use. Some are better than others. The best is definitely the Passiflora incarnata. Then there is the purple one with the 5 lobes. That's probably the second best. There's the Passiflora fetid or stinking passion vine, which is effective, but it does not smell good. It smells like dirty sweat socks. And then there's the dwarf passiflora, and that one is okay. But none are toxic or anything like that. It's more of how much of the different compounds they have in them. Oh, whoops, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sherry, this is interesting. I did not know this, Sherry. Good morning, Sherry, by the way. Tart cherry promotes the body to make more melatonin naturally. Interesting. Tart cherry actually has a number of uses, especially for the urinary tract, is where I was looking at it. But I need to check that out about the melatonin. Cool. Thank you, Sherry. Oh, so the storm, it's going to be a Cat 1 when it hits Shreveport. Ugh, man, scary times. This is, oh, well, this is 2020. Hey, good morning, Bernice. This is good information, yeah. It's important to check the adrenal levels. If cortisol is too high, it interferes with melatonin production. And remember, the body produces excess cortisol if you are under stress or in anxiety or worked up. So that's why that makes sense then, Mira, that then if the excess cortisol is interfering with the melatonin, then the sleep issues. Cool. Hey, good morning, Jennifer. Yeah. Mira says, I'm guessing 2020 is not good for cortisol levels overall. I think you are right. Oh, well. And okay, here's my prediction for 2021. It's not a good prediction. It is, we are going to look back fondly on 2020 and wish we could only have the things that we were dealing with in 2020. I have a terrible feeling about 2021. All right, bees, go out and get the hives ready. Take care. I know you were going to try and get some last minute stuff shipped out and things too. So, all right, have a good one. Fetid. If you're talking the little itty bitty ones, that's the dwarf. The fetid one has the red flowers, and then the fruit have this really cool green web cage around it. So if you look up stinking passion vine, is the one you'll see. But it's yeah, they're not tiny, not like the dwarf. The flowers are smaller. They're like the size of a little bigger than a 50-cent piece. But the fruit starts out with this really cool web around it. So it's a very pretty one, but it stinks. There's supposed to be Cat 1 when it gets up to Shreveport. It's still supposed to be Cat 3 when it comes ashore. Okay, let's see. April. I have the hybrid Passiflora incense. It is a cross between the incarnata and cincinnatta. Passiflora cincinnatta is a South American variety. I was trying to look up if cincinnatta was used medicinally. My guess is it was. PM me this. I'll look into it in my library. 4-point saliva testing is the best way to check cortisol. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm doing chemistry in my head. Okay, I'm back. Drink some coffee. Magnesium citrate, good stuff. A lot of people are low on magnesium, and citrate is probably the most bioavailable form. Or Melanie, you change your lifestyle somehow to reduce the cortisol levels and get the melatonin levels back up there. All right. Let's see. Yep. April, my boyfriend says the same thing. These are the good times. That's what I worry about. Yeah, the dwarf one. It has the very. I don't have do I have a pencil around here? But yeah, instead of it has little leaves, and they're just very rounded. Trying to think what they look like. They're just very rounded and small. So you can Google it. I don't have pictures on my website of it. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Tina. You snuck in. So Tina says Passiflora fetid does not work the same for me as Incarnate. I save it for the beauty appreciation of my front fence. Yeah, it is beautiful. But yeah, the concentrations of the different medicinal compounds are lower. Oh, man. Okay. Donna says, I heard this morning on the news that they're now predicting a category 4 on landfall. So last I saw, I was supposed to come ashore tonight, around 8 p.m., I think it was, but it was right at high tide, so the flooding and everything is going to be scary. Oh, this is cool. The Tension Tamer tea contains catnip, hops, and lemongrass. That's a good combination. It does not contain the Passiflora. Catnip tea is good. The hops is interesting. Hops are amazing. I need to do I should do a Merriweather's World on hops. That would be cool. Hey, good morning, Sherry. Yeah, category 4. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are agreeing 2021 might be more scary than 20. Hey, Kelly. Sorry to hear that. But the thyroid issues. Okay, this is interesting. Dendub had to look up, but our sleep tea is lemongrass, chamomile, wild lettuce, and passion flower. Now, what is the name of that sleepy time tea, Dan? Because that would be an awesome combination. Yeah, the lemongrass, chamomile, passion flower, and wild lettuce. Oh, hell yeah. I want to know the name of that tea. Man, a lot of you like the Tension Tamer. Yeah, Dawn, the new Facebook struck me this. Yeah, I was like, it's like you can't. It's all ads and occasionally a happy post from a friend, and absolutely no news or anything like that. Tea. Okay, good. Oops. Here we go. Wild lettuce. Now, here's the thing. There are a number of varieties of wild lettuce, one of which actually has a high level of opiates. That one does not grow in Texas. So the wild lettuces we have here in Texas medicinally aren't very powerful. So they're tasty when they're young, but as far as the medicinal and sleep powers and so forth, unfortunately not as good. Yeah. Oh, the fires out in California. So that's what happens when you don't treat the woods right. I mean, they're all lightning-started fires, but they haven't been burned in a long time. That's a whole nother story. I'm a big fan of controlled burns. That's how the Native Americans basically maintained all of North America. All right, whoops. Okay, here we go. So Laura is to become a major hurricane. Warnings posted along the northern Gulf Coast. Hurricane Laura continues to rapidly strengthen and is now forecast to reach Category 4 by this afternoon over the northwest Gulf of Mexico. Laura is expected to produce a life-threatening storm surge, extreme winds, and flash flooding over eastern Texas and Louisiana later today. Hurricane, storm surge, and tropical storm warnings are in effect over far east Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Wow. Tina, I am seriously starting to feel like an addict. Tons of brain pills, brain herbs, coffee sage all day. Then I have to take tension tamer, passiflora in the evening to come back down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm sorry, Tina. Yep, they should have. Have you seen the hydro rakes that they use? They're amazing. They go through and clean out the underbrush. Look up hydro rake, and it's really cool. And that's actually would have been something that would have been really beneficial to clean out the underbrush. Of course, a controlled fire, a controlled burn is a little more natural, but the hydro rakes are very cool. The nice thing about the hydro rakes is you don't have to worry about them getting out of control and burning the forest down or the fire spreading somewhere else. You have, you are running the rakes where they are supposed to be. Whispering Spirit is a brand name. Post up a link, Dan, if you can. I think a lot of the tribe would be interested in that. So Tina, everyone, yesterday I gave a talk for the Conroe High School for STEM students, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, about my career path in STEM and how I incorporated my passion into that. And so we were talking a lot about herbs and so forth. And one of the kids asked, are herbs potentially addictive? And I said, not addictive in the way that a lot of drugs are, but you can end up training your body to only function in certain ways with the presence of those herbs, and that can be a problem. So, that's basically the sort of thing that's going on. Oh man, Elizabeth, was that the one up in Corsicana with the storms and the lightning and all that? After everyone left, my truck got stuck in the mud, and it took me a long time to get it out. No, Melanie. Suddenly everything makes sense in your life. What? Yeah, have them. Let's see. The talk went so well that I was invited back. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, in fact, so on Merriweather's World, I had discussed this last week about doing an episode on the secret to success in a STEM career, and so we'll be doing that in a few weeks. So that'll be particularly useful if you have kids in the sciences, planning a scientific career, or you yourself are doing that. Okay, here is the whisperingspiritmanor.com. So Dan Dubb, this is a tea made by Dan Dubb's wife that has the catnip, the lemongrass, the wild lettuce, and the passiflora. And that should be a really good sleep aid. See, the brain pill is working. I could remember the different components there. All right. Oh, it was downtown Houston? Hmm. Is that the Arboretum? No, no, no. That was at the medicinal plant class, the workshop. Okay. Yeah, that was a bummer. Hey, good morning, Holly. Whoops, where was that? Is it possible that you can't concentrate? That'd be an interesting effect, because especially with the sage, it is really good for concentration. The lion's mane helps strengthen the neural connections. So what might be going on is you are getting a whole flood of neural connections going on, and the sage can't keep up with it. So as you continue to take it, things will get into balance. Okay, ego time. Seriously, the way things are looking, sometimes there's no telling how many lives you will have saved teaching people how to forge. God bless you. I, I'm just doing what God put me here to do. Okay, this is going to be the Mark is crazy uh, sort of thing. How much time do we have? Okay, so story time with Mark, and this is going to be revealing some stuff that's pretty personal here, but so be it. So when I was born, I was a mess. I had all sorts of physical deformities, um, and just a wreck. And so a lot of my childhood was spent having surgery after surgery after surgery to correct different things. And so I spent a lot of time in the hospitals and so forth, and in a great deal of pain. Um, One of the worst issues was my ribs. Ribs. So I had a very horribly deformed rib cage, to the point where bones were starting to jab into my heart and start, damaging my heart. And the doctors figured, I'd be dead by age 21. And then this one rather insane doctor said, I have an idea. And his idea was ended up breaking all my ribs, taking out the cartilage, basically dismantling my rib cage, and then wiring it back together in a somewhat normal type rib cage. I was in what they called a mobile traction unit. It was this steel cage that was bolted around me. It had a bar that came out, and from the bar, wires ran through my skin to the ribs to hold them in place while they healed. And so I was in that for 6 weeks. I was 16, so I was, going to school with this contraption on me, and but then besides, extremely painful. If you've ever had a broken rib, imagine having 18 broken ribs. Oh, and then the sternum was broken in 2 places too. And so it was a year of hell. Just the pain was unbelievable. The immediately after the surgery, the trauma to my innards was so bad that organs started shutting down, and I came, that close to dying. But I lived, and through an immense amount of pain, but eventually got, through and out of the traction unit and all that. It was a terrible experience, and it kind of colored my view of life for a long time. Because when you go through something like that, you kind of wonder, was it worth it? And as I went through my life, there was no, like everyone else's life, it was a pretty mundane and often painful life. And it got to the point where, I was questioning, was it really worth it to have gone through that? If I had died at 21, then, I'd be free of all this. And so one day I was, praying and saying, why, God, why? What is my purpose? And this is where it gets weird, but, bear with me. Clear as day, I heard God say, feed my people. What? Feed my people. Okay, who are your people? Everyone. Okay, so soon after that, Foraging Texas was born, and here we are, feeding the people. Anyway, Okay, so what else do we got going on here? So if you're wondering why I do it, it's because of that. Yeah. So how the hell did you breathe? Poorly? Very, very. One of the side effects of the deformed rib cage thing going on is the bone. I don't even call it the ribs. The bone material had sealed off the bottom quarter of each lung. So when the doctor had me opened up, he removed the bottom quarter of each lung just because they were atrophied and worthless, and there was risk of problems like that. So uh, I actually lack the lungs that I should have. Through a lot of exercise and training, I've managed to increase the lung capacity of what I have, but I'm never going to be a high intensity workout type person, sort of thing. Yep. So now all the twists are hidden, both outside and inside. But yeah, the scars I have. So one of my memories, we were at the lake, and as neck deep in the water. This was before the chest surgery, and talking with some other kids there and playing and so forth. And then our parents called us out, and so we started walking out of the water. And one of the kids, a girl, saw my chest and this weird everything, and she screamed and ran off. So, oh well. I've never looked. I have to look it up. I don't even remember the doctor's name. I blacked a lot of that out, but it was a pectus excavatum, but a severe one. So when I laid on my back before the surgery, you could set a tennis ball on my chest under my shirt, and you could not see it. The distance between my sternum and my spine was less than 2 inches. All right. Anyway. Okay, Joe. I'm not sure what it answered, but okay. Yeah, my parents loved me enough to let a crazy doctor rip me apart and put me back together. So for that, I'm thankful. Thank you, Dad. Hopefully you're still there, Dad. But yeah. All right. I'm lucky because now I actually have a purpose. Hey, good morning, Yvonne. So, and speaking of purpose, it's time for the group take. So, wow, the liver pill. I just realized I'm out. I need to buy another. So, even as the inventor and company owner, to keep the math right, if I want a bottle, I have to pay our cost for it. So the liver pill. Get that liver going. The immune pill. Dun, dun, dun. So 3 of those. Got to keep my immune system powered up. And then, of course, the brain pill. I love the brain pill. And 3 of those. All right. Morphan syndrome? No, it was, I'm not sure what that is. I don't know that, so I'm assuming I did not have that. Well, lots of other things. So Joe says, it was my message from God you just delivered. So you're going to help me feed people? Cool, cool. So it's not genetics. That was one thing that reading about it thing. It was just like a freakish mutation. If you look up pectus excavatum, it's where the rib cage turns inward, but mine was extremely severe and all gnarled and nasty. I wonder, can I? Yeah. No. If you go online, there's some pictures of some pectus excavatum. The normal surgery for doing it is actually fairly simple. In my case, it required drastic measures. Okay. Okay, I know the one you're talking about now. So I had a great grandpa with Marfan, his pituitary issue. He was 7'9". Yeah, no, I don't have that. I'm just big. Our whole family, other than my mom and dad, but all my relatives and my younger brother and all that are well over 6 feet. Oh, wow. Yvonne, so you're working 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. doing no-touch COVID testing. No touch. So no swabbing even, or how does that work? I'm curious. Sherry, I remember you saying your ribs were hurting one morning and that you needed more CBD. How did you discover naturals for your pain? Trying everything out there. So here's the thing. A lot of people will talk about how their broken bones will tell them if it's going to rain. And so a long time ago, I can tell that. When my ribs start aching and so forth, there's some sort of weather change going on. And there's actually been some scientific studies on that, just what is going on. And the consensus in the medicinal world, scientific world, is when a bone breaks and it starts to heal, it ends up with tiny little air pockets in there. It doesn't heal uniformly. So you have these little holes yet where the break occurred. And when the air pressure changes, the pressure inside those will change. And so as the air pressure drops, the air trapped in there, it's like in a balloon. It's going to expand some. And then that expansion of those tiny little air pockets is what causes the pain. Because it's suddenly this stretching going on inside your bones. And so that's what's going on. So yay, weather predicting rib cage. Yay. No, but so I stopped counting. I did have. I haven't always made the wisest choices, but I stopped counting broken bones when I got somewhere up around 22 or 23. So anyway, what else do we have? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So they swab themselves. I get, excuse me. Is it the nasal swab? Because I can't imagine doing that myself. Ugh. Yep. I have my own barometer. Yay. Oh man, motorcycle accident. We spent ninth grade in bed. That sucks, Mark. Yep, but you lived. 7:55. Okay, hey Cleo. So what else do we got going on? Whoops. Yeah, I'm worried about the hurricane and hitting Beaumont and so forth, and all the people out there. I know a lot of people out in East Texas, so I'm scared. I mean, I admit part of me is thankful that Houston looks like it's going to not get the brunt of the storm. But, you know, it's one of those things, it's just been, someone's going to get it. And it's going to be the Beaumont area there, it looks like, and Louisiana. So, scary. All right. Drink some coffee. If you can hear our ice maker, I've been making all the ice I can. Like I said, the Houston, even though the storm isn't looking like it's going to hit us with the force that we were worried about, a lot of the electricity for Houston comes from East Texas. So if the high tension power lines go down or anything like that, there could still be power outages in Houston. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure your freezers and refrigerators are all packed right. One of the things I found, if you keep your refrigerator closed, it stays cold for a while. What I like to do is, as the storm starts, put things like some milk and cheese, eggs, things that we would be using and have to open the refrigerator for a lot. Put those in a cooler with ice. And then you just have to pop open the cooler and get the thing rather than open the refrigerator and have all the cold air fall out. So a little tip there. All right. Right now it is just Kroger medium roast premium blend ground coffee. So nothing special in it. Now that I got the Medicine Man stuff, I don't have to put any of the herbs or anything in it. And since I mainly drink it for the caffeine, I don't spend the money on it. So I just get whatever coffee is cheapest. I do not have a refined palate. Ooh, go up Sabine. Let's see. Yep. Pass through Woodville tonight, tomorrow. Positive thoughts for strong trees. Well, you all had the different tornadoes and stuff go through there in the last few years. So hopefully that took out the weak ones and only the strong, mighty ones will be there. All right. Yep. Oh, this is a good one. You put the cup of water or a bottle of water with a quarter in it. Well, you freeze the water, put the quarter on top of the ice, and then if the freezer loses power and the ice starts to melt, then the quarter will fall down through it. So if you see the quarter still trapped in the ice, you're generally okay. If it's down at the bottom of the bottle, then you're out of luck. Yeah, it's been crazy here too. With I swung by yesterday morning to fill up my 2 spare gas cans just to be on the safe side, and every person else at the pumps there were also doing the same thing. It was kind of, we were all like, yeah, we're taking care of the business here. So it was nice to see Houston at least knows what to do. All right. But yeah, it's showtime, folks. So if the storm does move more towards Houston again at the last moment, like I said, my plan is to do a live show during the storm, but I'm thinking it won't happen. But I might pop up here live tonight anyway. Whoop. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Time to do Medicine Man thing. Cool. All right. Thank you all. Stay safe. Be ready. Be prepared. like I said, power outages and everything, that's still a problem, even if we aren't in the direct path. But those of you who are in the direct path, oh man, hunker down, be safe, report back if you can. We want to know you're okay. The tribe is here. All right, folks, have a day. I'm not even going to say have a great day. I don't know if that's possible right now, but survive the day. All right. Take care.